for it to say that we are Gucci, good to go, and we are on. Hey guys, how you going? So down BKRsport, we are live as Australia will be taking on the Netherlands in a T20 World Cup game that is looking like it's incredibly difficult to damn well watch, to be completely honest with you. I do have a stream that should be good to go, but this isn't seemingly easily accessible, like the T20 World Cup will be when it's on Prime and whatnot. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one does play out. But obviously, look, this is a warm-up game, so don't get your nicks in a twist, man. Don't get too upset if things don't go your way. But ultimately, we all know that Australia should be getting the job done here. I just want to make sure of a few things here, because cricket.com.au hasn't updated yet either. Game does start in 15 minutes time, guys. So obviously, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here. We're going to be live for pretty much every single game of the T20 World Cup that starts on Saturday. We've got the NRL pre-season on Saturday as well, so our first game will actually be India versus USA, but then we've basically got 3 games per day that'll be on from Sunday onwards, which is going to be absolutely mental. So the Australian squad that is available, they haven't actually named the lineup here that I can see on cricket.com.au just yet. And it hasn't shown as well who's won the toss just now, even though it would have already been done. But the Australian squad, this isn't even tonight. Actually, I'm going to see if the Instagram has come up here. Again, guys, this is a warm-up match, so this is not easy to know everything about, especially when it comes to actually watching it. But obviously, jump into the chat. Let me know what your thoughts are about either of these teams going into the World Cup, or just any team in general going into the World Cup. Let's go to Australia, Osman Cricket. That's the one, isn't it? That's the one here on Instagram. Surely they would have put up the team list here for today. You would assume that it's going to be a pretty strong lineup as they get all the boys ready to rock and roll for our first game coming up this weekend. But you just don't know. You just don't know. Let me know in the chat as well. How are you guys watching this? How are you able to watch this? Brenton says, no, it won't. It's illegal. Yeah, I can't show you the actual game due to broadcasting restrictions, but I will commentate it as it's going on. I will let you know exactly what's going on throughout the game when we do have obviously a stream that's working and we're able to know exactly what's going on. I'm able to commentate it, but it is going to be a very difficult one tonight. Dasmate says Max Verstappen's getting bowled out first ball. Mark my words. Yeah, love to see it. Yeah, love to see it. Max Verstappen, he's made the switch over. I would love to, because like with VIPbox.tv, it says that the game is starting in 10 minutes time. It says the stream will be starting soon, so I guess you can watch it via VIP box, but we just got to hope for the best there, because the other Crick Stream one doesn't have it. It doesn't have it at all. Start has been delayed due to rain. Well, welcome to the Sri Lankan show, lads. This is what the Sri Lanka weather is looking like. And this is why Pakistan will struggle to get out of the group stages in this Cricket World Cup, because obviously they're not playing India in India, so that's already one game that they will lose. And Sri Lanka does look like it's going to be raining throughout this weekend, and they play on Saturday. They can't have a single game where it doesn't rain. They can't have a single game where it rains. They need to play and win all their other games, which they should, but because they're not playing the Indians. But we are actually having a delayed start due to rain, which I guess is why the stream hasn't started yet for the actual game. C Price says, can you help brother out, watch stream? A VIP box, but I don't know if that's going to work. Paul Cavalier says, this will be an absolute slaughter. It should be, but we also know that Australia just doesn't seem to turn up when there's nothing on the line. You know, we saw that with the recent Pakistan series, despite the fact that, you know, Australia went with a complete and utter B team. Like, it was embarrassing kind of what we gave to Pakistan, because Pakistan deserved a bit of a better show, realistically, from the Aussies, but, you know, we go over there and you just saw they just didn't care at all. They were laughing at wickets and they were taking the piss, right? And it was just embarrassing. So, you know, I would not be surprised. Like, obviously, we should win this game very, very well. It would just be an absolute humiliation to lose to the Netherlands. But they just need to show a bit more care factor, that's for sure. Breton says the Dutch will be having a few joints during this rain delay. Yeah, probably. Lagan says, why isn't Australia vs Netherlands game in Sri Lanka? Hi, Lagging. So the T20 World Cup is starting on Saturday. It is now Thursday. So this is a warm-up match, as you would have seen in the title of this video and also in the thumbnail of this video, Lagging. So if you hadn't been able to see that one, you would have known that it is a T20 World Cup warm-up match. It is not the actual World Cup, but guess what? Here's a surprise for you, Lagging. I know you'll be surprised by this. Put your seatbelt on, click it on, get ready for the shock. The T20 World Cup is in India and Sri Lanka. Yes, that's why there is a game here between Australia and the Netherlands. in Sri Lanka. Yeah, I know. Well, we got there in the end, Logan. We did. We got there in the end. So good to get you going. You can watch on legal stream and get sent straight to multiple hub websites. Yes, yeah, you can do that. I have had to do that for recent cricket streams, but this one definitely today because KO doesn't have it, and Prime I don't believe has it either. I was just curious, didn't know where it was. Well, now you do, Logan. Yeah, you know, we'll let you know. But the Australian lineup that they're taking to this tournament. We've got Josh Hazlewood, Marcus Stoinis, Glenn Maxwell, Mitchell Marsh, Adam Zampa, Travis Head, Ben Dwarshoes, and Matty Kuhneman, Matt Renshaw, Josh Inglis, Xavier Bartlett, Cameron Green, Tim David, Nathan Ellis, and Cooper Connolly. So we didn't see a whole bunch of those guys in that Pakistan series. Whilst for the Netherlands, you're not going to know any of these guys though. Roloff, Van der Merwe, Colin Ackerman, Logan Van Beek, Tim van der Gugten, Paul van Meekeren, Max O'Dowd, Sakib Zalfika, Fred Klaassen, Bas de Lede, Scott Edwards, Arjan Dutt, Michael Levitt, Noah Cross, Zach Lyon, Cachet, and Carl Klein. Brenton says 501 is interviewing the women's test match of 2025. Why are they not showing the game on KO either? Because it's a warm-up match, so I don't think they have the rights. And also, the World Cup isn't going to be on KO. It's going to be on Prime. So can anyone let me know if it is on Prime? I don't think it is. The last time I checked, I did jump on there to try and see if it was going to be showing there today. But I don't know if the warm-up matches are. Always like Aussie mindset, especially when a World Cup is around. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah, maybe like the English I think was saying they were watching one of the warm up. No, it wasn't a warm up match. It wasn't a warm up match. It was England versus somebody. England versus Sri Lanka in the T20. That's right. They were able to watch that on Prime, but I don't think we're able to watch this one on Prime. So we're just going to really hope and pray. I'm going to jump on Twitter though to find out more about this rain delay because currently in Sri Lanka, I just looked at the weather. It looks like it's meant to be raining until like 8 p.m. tonight. So yeah, about 8 p.m. is when it really starts to peter down. Currently in Sri Lanka, it would be like 4 o'clock or 4:30 because I'm in Vietnam at 6:23 p.m. Sri Lanka time, it'd be like 4:30. Oh, it's 4:53. Yeah, so it's meant to rain for the next like 3 hours, based off this weather report. So we may not even get a game here tonight. We may not even get a game here tonight. There is a good shout at that, and that could be a lot of the conversations surrounding them at this World Cup. It is meant to be raining a lot. Okay, Australia cricket. Let's type this in. Sri Lanka had a rain washout more these days. This will be the issue over there. It will be an issue for sure. It will be an issue, especially for Pakistan. They cannot have any game rained out. All right, crash forecast. Okay, so there's nothing here. There's nothing here. It says Channel 9. Doesn't look like it. No, there's no way Channel 9 will have it. It's raining, but if it wasn't raining, can we watch in Australia? I don't think anyone can. People are obviously trying to find it, as I guess we all are. I guess we all are. Will Wakefield says Australia better not lose. One, they won't lose, but also two, I don't even think this game is going to go ahead. ICC website. No, right, eyes, really? Okay, the ICC website. Is that where you can watch it? Okay, on ICC TV. Do you need an account for this? Live and upcoming. No, that's just showing the games. Oh, the warm-up matches. Okay. And it's got Italy versus the United Arab Emirates. A warm-up. It says live and upcoming, but it doesn't. I can't see the Australia versus the Netherlands one. It's got New Zealand versus USA you can watch, and Italy, UAE, and Namibia versus India A that you can watch. But I cannot, for the life of me, see Australia versus the Netherlands here. Again, like I've got VIP box, so it should be sweet. But I don't know when it's meant to. I'm pretty certain this game is going to be called off. I was playing Netherlands today. They're definitely winning, and it's a warm-up game. They should try to score big. They should, but again, doesn't look to be the case. Where is that New Zealand USA game? Where is that? Is that in Sri Lanka as well, or is that in India? I was in Navi Mumbai. Okay. I should try to score big. That would be the target to give their batters and bowlers some practice. Is Hoff available? I think so, but also this game is probably going to get washed out. Kraken says, earlier I thought Australia could challenge India, but as of now, Australia's not even making it to the semis. Kraken, what are you basing that off, though? Are you basing that off of one Pakistan series where we didn't play our main players? Like, what are we basing it off? We're basing it off. Let's go through this team lineup again. Let's go through this team lineup again, and you tell me how many of them played all 3 games in that series, and also you clearly saw the lack of intention behind it. So I'm not even going to say you tell me. I'll tell you. So Josh Hazlewood, he'll be there. He didn't play any of the 3 games. Marcus Stoinis, he played 1 game in Game 3. Glenn Maxwell didn't play any of the 3 games. Mitchell Marsh played 1 of the 3 games. Or did he play 2? No, he might have played 2 of the 3 games, sorry. Adam Zampa did play, I think he played 2. He didn't play the 3rd game, did he? I don't think he played the 3rd game. He might have. If he did, then it's 3 games. Travis Head played 2 games of the 3-game series. Ben Dwarshuis, I think, played the 1 in the Game 3. Kuhneman, I think, played 1. Matt Renshaw played, I'm pretty certain, all 3. Josh Inglis played 1. Xavier Bartlett played 2. Cameron Green, I think, played all 3. Tim David played none. Nathan Ellis played none. And Cooper Connolly, unfortunately, played all 3. So, yeah. There's a lot of bunk about Perth Bears on that video. What are you even talking about, mister? Hello, Madrid says, hey, mate, it's been a while. How have you been? I swear you were here like a couple of weeks ago. Weren't you here like a week ago? Usually when people come in here and say it's been a while, it's been like months or a whole off-season kind of deal. I swear you were in here like a week ago. Hazlewood injured. I think Hazlewood's fine to go, isn't he? He's in the squad. Hazlewood's in the squad. He's to miss early T20 World Cup games. Yeah, but they're not the games that we really worry about at all. They're not the games. Like, we've got Nathan Ellis who'll come back in and it'll give us a lot of good pace bowling. But the early games aren't the ones. Like, are we really worrying about the early games? For people who are just tuning in, the game has been delayed due to rain. Like, we're playing the Irish, we're playing Ireland, Zimbabwe, Sri Lanka, and Oman. If we need to worry about not having Hazlewood there's a big, massive problem. It's a massive, massive problem. I mean, Australia can definitely win the World Cup because even before 2021 T20 World Cup, they lost series against Bangladesh and Windies and showed the World Cup what they are. This is exactly right, but for some reason Australians always have this notion where they just jump straight down the throat of a team and hold them accountable. And they should be held accountable for that Pakistan series because they didn't give a shit. But it's not, that Pakistan series wasn't a great representation of what this Australian team is at all. Hoff isn't available for the first couple of games, we'll be fine. I remember the series against India, we struggle against Hoff. He is really a great bowler. Yeah, he's going to be there, just not in these early games where, against Ireland and Zimbabwe. So you're not going to see him tonight, for example. But against teams like Ireland and Zimbabwe, he will not be there. He will not be there. I already said we'll get knocked out in the quarterfinals. Yeah, and I already said I disagree with you. I think that Australia is a much better team than you guys are letting on. I think you're letting the one series against Pakistan with a B Australian team cloud your judgment to ensure that this team is just not as good as, like, there's a reason why they're second ranked in the ICC. Like, they're not just some scrubs here, but because of one Pakistan series where you didn't even see the likes of Tim David or Nathan Ellis, you didn't see the consistent 3 games out of a guy like Travis Head. The second game where he got done with a really, really good ball. The first game, he just got a little bit silly, but you could see the care factor wasn't there across this team. When the World Cup is on, the care factor will be there, and you'll see a much different thing. So I disagree with you. But I think this is a pretty common thought process right now, and this is a very common... I remember when we had the Ashes, and it was in Perth, and I was sitting here, and I was defending Australia to the brim, to the edge of extinction. I was defending Australia at lunch on day 2 in Perth. And I was getting Aussies coming and saying, like, oh, we're shit, the English were right, this is stupid, this is awful, Australia looks shithouse. And this was at lunch on day 2, and then we ended up winning the entire game. It was only the first innings of England's batting, or the second innings of England's batting, or whatever it was, maybe. Yeah, I think it was the second innings of England's batting, and they looked like they were going to win that game, and I was just defending. I was like saying, relax, man, like, we're only here on day 2. Jay was saying it too, like, it's only day 2. Anyway, we won the whole game that day. We won the whole match on that day. You know, like I think they still had 7 wickets to hold, or they had 8 wickets still in hand. And then the next session, they just go all bunched up and bundle out. And then Travis Head came in and hit 120, 130. This is what the Australian team does. I always love that Australians will hold their team accountable, but also I find it unrealistic to base your thought process surrounding what we saw against Pakistan with the B-rated team. What are your thoughts on this Pakistan-Bangladesh alliance against India? I don't mind it. I think that Pakistan, it's quite funny that they didn't go all in. They didn't go all in, and they would have suffered if they went all in. But if you're going to try and make a point, this is the problem. If you are going to try and make a point, you have to go all in. You have to chuck your balls down the table, flop them down, and say, listen, this is what we're going to do. Take it or leave it. Okay, we're going to suffer in some bilateral series and whatnot. We're going to get this fine. It is what it is, unfortunately, because if you just don't play against India, but yet you still play the tournament, it doesn't actually prove as much of a point as you think it would have. Bangladesh, on the other hand, they've decided they're just going to completely skip the tournament. So the Bangladeshis have gone all in. The Pakistanis haven't actually gone all in because they were scared because of the ramifications and whatnot. So they're saying, well, technically, we'll go to the tournament. We just won't play against India. But also, what's the point of going to the tournament? Because if you make the final, well, then you're just going to forfeit it because it's going to be in India. And if it's against India, you've just given your biggest rivals and your political hatred country, you've just given them the win. You know, so what's actually the point of Pakistan going to this tournament? They've gone half in. If they had gone all in, it would have set a much larger precedent, and you actually may have seen other teams and other countries maybe kind of not agree with them per se, but I don't know, no one else would have boycotted. And no one else's responsibility is to boycott before any Pakistanis and Bangladeshis say, why didn't anybody join in with us? It's not our problem, it's not our fight. It's not for us to join in. But we will agree with your stance on it. I will agree with the stance on it, but also Australia's just so cool. We don't actually need to care about India owning everything. Canada Hate says, it's funny, Foxtel K didn't have enough money to have the rights to the World Cup. Yep, no, it is going to Prime, isn't it? It's going to Prime. So, yeah, look, again, I agree with where they're coming from. I don't mind where they're coming from, Pakistan and Bangladesh. But I will back in Bangladesh more on the basis they went all in rather than halfway in for no purpose, because there really isn't much of a purpose to the halfway in and out from Pakistan. Travis says, where is the match? The match is in Sri Lanka, but it's been delayed due to rain, mate. It's been delayed due to rain, which is a big problem in this World Cup. Sri Lanka probably will have quite a lot of rain afoot, which is going to be a big old issue. That is going to be a big old damn well issue. Why did Bangladesh skip the tournament? I would suggest Googling it. You'll have a much deeper and understanding. Sorry to sneeze. Bangladesh, it's very complicated because Bangladesh and Pakistan obviously have their issues in regards to India outside of cricket, and then within cricket, it is very much a Indian monopoly as well. So they're going against that kind of system, but it is very interchangeable between cricket and outside of cricket. No, my wrench. What happened to it? Is that a shield? What are you talking about? You have a wrench. The wrench is right there. Gee whiz, I'm sneezing like crazy. Damn it, we called off for sure. Rain will cost the match. I think this game will be called off because if you look at the Sri Lankan weather, if you look at the weather right now, it is currently storming. It is currently storming, and it's not meant to. Now it's meant to be till 9 o'clock, not 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock is when the rain's meant to peter down. Not on my screen. Yeah, well, your screen clearly sucks then, Dad. Your screen clearly sucks. Well, what should we do? Should we just leave the stream up and then put a rain delay on top of it? And then obviously we'll come back if it comes back on. Otherwise, we'll... then I guess we'd see you on Saturday for the games. If you guys are new here, we will stream pretty much every single game of this World Cup. So, we'll be here. But unfortunately, right this very second, this is not looking likely to get underway. It is not looking likely. YouTube hiding my comments again. Congrats on the Tino re-sign. I reckon Matty Johns has something to do with it, the old teller. I'll tell you what did have to do with it. The fact that I've always said that Tino has always been on the same wavelength as me, man. He's always been on the same wavelength. He talks about community first. He always talks about community first. He always talks to me about the exact same thought process and mind process that I have, man. So that's why I was never really worried. I do think this team is still bound for change. It'll be interesting. I'm pretty certain with that he probably does actually keep the captaincy, but I was never actually really that worried about him leaving. I could still well where it happened, and I wouldn't have blamed him, but from my personal conversation with him, I never thought. Chris says rain is just totally unacceptable. Chris, you tell him, mate. Why don't you? I want you to get out there, and I want you to start throwing hands with the rain. How about that? Travis says, I thought I will see some pure hitting by Australians. Hopefully they will play main match properly. Yeah, they'll play the main matches properly, don't you worry. We are going against Peter Pan's mob. We are. You had a travelling vlog. I'd seen you had visited India too. Yeah, I was in India last year, I met. I was in Delhi for about a month. I was in Agra for 4 days too many. And then I was in Jaipur for about 3 weeks. And then I was in Udaipur for I think Jaipur I was in for 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. And then I was in Udaipur for 3 weeks. Yeah, no, it was an awesome trip, man. It was awesome. Awesome trip. Playing the rainy cats. You get into them, does, you know? Bunch of cats. Rain saved us, I reckon. Peter's boys had us a few. Yeah, no, exactly right. I was worried about Max Verstappen. He probably would have been able to hit a couple of sixes on us, that's for sure. Daz reckons he would get out first ball, but I think Max Verstappen's got a good couple of big slap-ups in him. Big slap-ups in him. More rain in Colombo. Doesn't look like they'll play this match, is what some of the comments are saying. It's like there is a warm-up match between New Zealand and USA tonight, guys, but for me, I just don't feel the necessity to stream it at a ridiculous time. So that'll be at 8:15, 8:30 p.m. my time for you Aussies and Kiwis. Geez, you're in a rough spot. This whole World Cup's going to be in a rough spot for you. The final won't start till 12:15, 12:30 a.m. your time, New South Wales. Craig says all these matches keep getting cancelled due to washout in Sri Lanka. Was there plenty of washouts yesterday, was there, in those warm-up matches? Because I know that India versus South Africa went ahead. Let's have a look. I know that India versus South Africa went ahead because that was in India. I think that was in Mumbai. Are you from Perth? God, no. God, no, son. No, I'm from the Gold Coast, the most beautiful place in the world. Warm-ups don't matter, I say don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm not going to stream New Zealand USA tonight. I was doing this because it was Australia, and I was going to do last night's India South Africa because I thought it would be fun, but I took a break last night, and it looks like tonight we're going to have another break. Brenton says they played in the rain at Perth for BBL. Why not here? Yeah, that was a disgrace, though. That was a disgrace. Desmond says, three-time world champion Max Verstappen. Shout out Dutch fans watching. If you know, you know. Why don't you get a grip of yourself, Des? How about that? Why don't you get a grip of yourself? Yeah, but warm-ups don't matter. That's the thing. We would have liked to have seen a bit of confidence out of Australia. What I would have liked to have seen is them just to get some good sixes behind the ball and just get some good boundaries, just to get the rhythm back into it after an absolute horror show before. Absolute horror show over the weekend just gone. It says your favourite BBL team. I don't really care for the BBL too much, man, but if I was to have a team, it would be the Brisbane Heat. Nay says, Winter Olympics ice hockey is on. The German Helgas versus Swedish Helgas. What is that comment? Why are you... because you've had a bet on it, haven't you? Bugadina says, hey, mate, where can you watch this match? I can't see it on Prime Video. So, Bugadina, unfortunately, due to, one, broadcast restrictions, I can't show it. But also, secondly, it is a rain delay, so we're probably not going to get a game tonight. We're just waiting for confirmation right now. But I'm kind of watching it through an illegal streaming service, which you have to for this game because it isn't on Prime. So I would be watching it through an illegal streaming service, like VIPbox.tv. But this game doesn't look like it's going to be getting underway. So we will be live for pretty much every single game of this World Cup coming up, which is going to be exciting. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get any play here today, which is really disappointing because I needed to see Australia get some good runs. After what we watched against Pakistan, I needed to desperately see Australia get some good runs. Die-hard Perth fan here, one of my 6 favourite BBL teams. Yeah, grow up, Jazz, mate. Yeah, grow up. But yeah, look, it's very frustrating. It is very frustrating because we did need to get a good, positive rhythm back into our team. We really did. We really did. By the way, NRL fans, only 2 more days now. 2 more days now. Excuse me. You're a Bulldogs fan. Did you see my Instagram message I sent you, Daz? I sent you. Oh, this is all propaganda. Yeah, you did see it. Yeah, 2 days until the old NRL pre-season, and away we'll be live for all the NRL Rugby League. Greatest Test batsman of this generation is Stephen Smith, who's playing PSL. I heard so. I did hear that he's gone to the Pakistani Super League. That'll be interesting. I'm surprised that no IPL team picked him up, but it's what it is. Nate says Doggy's 1 of 12. Surely you can't bet on the pre-season, Nate. Can you actually? Oh, maybe because it's an actual. Actually, isn't that why they turned it into an actual tournament? I think that might be why they changed it from what it used to be into an actual tournament for like cash prize of 100k, because they wanted to allow gambling on it, because obviously they get the kickback. Yeah, mate. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But you never used to be able to. You never used to be able to. But now, because they made it a genuine tournament, I believe you can, which gives them and provides them the kickback. KJ Sports says, I know the preseason is 2 days away, but what do you want to see out of the Titans during the preseason? Win the comp. Win the comp, mate. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. But I also want to watch a game of cricket tonight. That's what I want to watch. And unfortunately, we're probably not going to be able to. Ben Duckett, listen, I called your name out the other night. We were here live for England versus Sri Lanka. We were here. You weren't. Ben Duckett, what were you doing, mate? You got out for a duck. You got out for a damn well duck. Now, England came back and actually won that game, surprisingly enough, with a low score of 128. But what are you doing? What are we doing? We're here to play cricket, or we're here to play fiddling thumbs? We're not fiddling thumbs. We want to see some cricket. You cricket all the way to 0. Timorest says, is this on Prime? This game is a rain delay. This game is probably not going to get underway, bro. I'll play you to start 5:15 p.m. Oh, beautiful. Local time. So that means it's meant to start in like 20 minutes. Hold on. No, it's not on Prime, by the way. What time? Sri Lanka time. Sri Lanka time is 5:12. So it's meant to start now. So it's meant to start now then. Okay, well, hopefully these streams get going. It's not on Prime, and that's the thing. We're also hoping that this VIPbox.tv has something, because the ICC doesn't seem to have this game on the viewing. Doesn't seem to have it. If anyone does know, like, again, I'm just waiting for these links to get going. If anyone does have like a legitimate way to watch this, please let us know. Okay, warm-ups. We'll see, maybe. In IPL, it's very difficult for overseas player to make a cut, and now IPL franchises are looking for aggressive players. Also, his agent was not on his side. Would love Smith to be part of the Kolkata Knight Riders. Now you got Cameron Green, mate. Oh, live. Oh, okay. So Australia elected to bat, by the way. We have elected to bat. We've decided that we are going to bat first. Now, hopefully we get it up. Hunt says, I need it to start, or I'm having a sad night after my back fashion surgery. Yeah, well, it's about to start, but the only thing I worry about is that it stops again, because there is a lot of rain in the area. I just need a clean stream. right now so I can commentate it for you guys. Otherwise, I'll have to use the actual commentary from ICC. So if anyone can find a legitimate stream, please let us know. For the Utah Jazz to the conference finals, mate, Chicago Bulls, we're all over the shop. Do that. Hopefully this gets going. Can we see? So the scorecard. Okay, so they're not showing us the actual lineup either. Dane says, where is it streaming? This is kind of what we're trying to figure out right now. So I'm trying to use VIPbox.tv, but it's meant to start apparently in like now. Apparently right now, but the streaming servers haven't come on yet. It's very difficult, bro. It's very difficult to find this game. Obviously, it's going to be super easy when it comes to the actual World Cup, but this game is really difficult. BK, is this an overnight game for you? No, this is T20. This is only going to go for about 3 hours, and there might be some play actually reduced as well. There hasn't been a ball bowled yet, though. There has not been a ball bowled. Oh, start delay due to rain. Oh, okay, guys. Guess what? I was right. Start has been delayed again due to rain. Start has been delayed again due to rain. This is probably what's going to be happening throughout. I don't think there's going to be a game tonight. I don't think so. Dane says, I don't understand. You can't watch Australia, but they're streaming Nepal. Dude, it's all over the shop, bro. Like, it's all over. They're streaming Nepal. That's incredible stuff. That's incredible stuff. But yeah, you can't watch one of the favourites in the competition. It's stupid. Sean it's 24 hours time. Screw me up. Hello, mate. Get around you. Well, Sean, we don't know how long we're going to be here for because it was meant to start now, and then now it's back to raining. Well, it was actually meant to start 15 minutes ago, and then it said it would start 15 minutes later, and now it's saying it's never going to damn well start. And also, even so, it's near impossible to get a damn well, like, actual clear live stream of this game. Because it's just a wild game. But if you are new here, guys, hit that subscribe button. We'll be live for all of it. We will be live for the entirety of the World Cup. Hopefully, as Australia look a little bit better. Mate, I'm half a smash crab. Fair enough. Alright. It's still... Let's go over here. If I go onto Twitter, someone will update us, surely. Oh, yeah, so the toss was made, and Australia chose to bat first, but again, the rain came in. But Twitter usually will let you know exactly what's going on. I remember in past tournaments, all the T20 World Cup warm-ups were broadcast on Fox KO. Now that's on Prime. Yeah, no, exactly right. Exactly right. It's stupid how you can't just easily watch this. It's really stupid how you can't easily watch your team in a warm-up match. Oh, look at all these cucks. Australia, England, New Zealand, South Africa must stop playing India. Shut up, man. Shut up, man. Okay, it's raining and covers back. Yeah, okay, so the covers are back on Pramadasa Cricket Stadium. Yeah. Yeah, well, we don't know what's going to happen here. I remember when the ODI World Cup was on 9. Yeah, I was at that World Cup final. Cricket pause Australia and England might be silent due to financial and IPL influence. Oh, dude, shut up, man. It's not our fight. Like, I don't understand why they're so desperate to drag us into this battle that Pakistan and Sri Lanka and Pakistan and Bangladesh have with the ICC and have with the BCCI. It's not our problem. I don't mind what you're fighting for. I kind of agree with what you're fighting for, but it's not our fight. I don't know what you want us. I don't know why you want us to just stop as well. I don't understand why they're so desperate to involve us. But if you are just tuning in, guys, rain has delayed this game. It probably is going to remove the entirety of the game, you would assume. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to put a rain delay up on the screen. And I'm going to put myself on mute. And then we'll come back when we have more knowledge of when it's coming on. Because there's no point me just sitting here and just kind of repeating the same thing over and over again. And so we're going to put the rain delay thing up. Do I have it here? Or is that the... No, that's an innings break. Maybe this one? Yeah, okay. I got this one. So we're going to put the weather delay up. Guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. I will be back as soon as we have more knowledge about this game. And hopefully we do get a little bit of cricket tonight. I just want milk that tastes like real milk, to be honest with you. Ding dong, this is your captain speaking. We are still waiting for the rain to stop. Until then, we will just laugh at the Newcastle Knights. Thank you for your time. years old. Gee whiz, that's old. Imagine the audacity of an Englishman coming in here talking about rain delays at the SCG. You're kidding yourself. Your country is known for rain, rain, and more rain. Ding dong, we have a weather alert coming from London right now where it is 8 degrees Celsius and currently raining. Thank you for your time. By the way, for everyone that is watching that is new around here, we will be covering every single game of, well, 95 to 98% of the T20 World Cup on the channel commentating it. So obviously subscribe if you are new around here, as we'll be live for all of it. Unfortunately, tonight is getting impacted heavily by rain, and a lot of Sri Lanka's games probably will be like that, but we will wait until we get further knowledge on if this game is even going to go ahead. But right now we've been delayed for an hour already, and we don't have anything in sight as we speak. Hey, Unique. Listen, it's probably going to be cancelled. Obviously, we don't know just yet. We haven't got any update on it. It's already been delayed for about an hour and 10 minutes now. So I am assuming that it probably will be cancelled because it doesn't look like it's going to stop raining in Sri Lanka until like 8 o'clock tonight, their time. And currently it is take off, I think, about an hour and a half from where I'm in Vietnam, 7:30. I think it's about 6 p.m. or 6:40 p.m. So a good couple of hours still worth of rain. So look, it could. That's why I'm leaving the stream up. It could still start with limited overs, but I highly doubt it. So that's as much knowledge as I have right now. I'm looking at it now. Oh, okay, okay. So it did look like it was a little bit low, but I'll speak a little bit louder. So basically, it's been delayed for about an hour and 10 minutes now. Which look, it's not looking pretty in regards to this game getting underway. But we'll have to wait and see how it does get on here. That's why I'm leaving the stream up. But we've already been delayed for an hour and 10 minutes, and it's not meant to stop raining in Sri Lanka until roughly like 8 p.m. their time. And right now it's about 6:10 p.m. their time. So it's still a good couple of hours worth of rain, and obviously you need to take the covers off and get everything prepared. So I doubt this game will get underway, but there is still a chance, and that's why we're leaving it up for the time being. And as I say that, the game has been cancelled. Let me take this off the screen, and we're going to wrap this bad boy up. So we are back now. As you can see here, it says match abandoned without a ball bowled. So this game will not get underway here tonight, which means that there's no point us leaving this stream up. So I would say, hope you guys have enjoyed, but we haven't had anything to talk about. We haven't had anything to watch. So we'll just see you for the World Cup. We'll be live for about 95% of the games, as long as they don't intersect with the NRL preseason that we'll be doing, but we'll be live for every other game outside of that. But obviously, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow for a video, but on Saturday for two NRL preseason games, followed by India versus USA in the T20 World Cup, and we've got all three T20 World Cup games on Sunday. But like I said, thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.